Hey everybody, welcome back to whatever I'm doing. Yesterday I showed you guys a battle I had against DeFlo, the 2014 Italian National Champion, using the team I'd used in Road to Ranked. Today I remembered I also had a battle against Yoshi, who is the 2014 Germany National Champion. Actually, both DeFlo and Yoshi are German. Both really good players. I know Yoshi actually went undefeated at the Germany Nationals that he participated in with this is a variation of that team that he used. I was on stream when I took this battle and I saved it because I thought it was really interesting because kind of using some random stuff. I gave the stream liberty to pick 3 of the Pokemon that I used, and they chose Lapras, Florges, and Rotom air cut, whatever the heck that thing is, with an air balloon. So Lapras, I believe, is Assault Vest. Florges, can't for the life of me remember. Rotom Cut's definitely on an air balloon. Sableye, maybe, probably Citrus. That's going to be Charizard Y. And Weakness Policy, Aegislash. So I know we just randomly encountered each other on the ladder, and I thought, okay, great opportunity to see what I can do with this team. I'm looking at Yoshi's team. He's got that Double Dragon and the Rotom Wash, which means Lapras is going to be quite a threat if I can get it out there, and it'll probably tank up Gengar's moves pretty well. Charizard Y, how am I feeling about it? It'll help against Mawile. It'll help against Kangaskhan if I can, burn it first so I don't get KO'd by a return or something. Help against Rotom Wash because of the Solar Beam. So that looks pretty decent. Looking at my ghosts, thinking, well, either Ghost is going to do pretty good damage here. Sableye can Will-O-Wisp a lot of stuff. Aegislash can, be immune to Kangaskhan and Mawile for the most part, so long as he's not running Fire Fang. And, hit them both and threaten Gengar, especially if the Gengar Shadow Balls me first while I'm in shield mode to get the Weakness Policy boost. So, a lot of options there. And also in the back of my mind, I thought, how could I not bring Rotom Cut to this kind of a match? Because Rotom Cut on an air balloon is the greatest Pokemon made. So, let's get started. Yoshi is on this side. I'm on the far side. I am the Tilt-Tanic. So, yeah, Yoshi starts Gengar, Garchomp against my Double Ghost lead. Now, Double Ghost, really strong, actually, especially in VGC 2014, because it handles a lot of issues between Priority Will-O-Wisp and just Aegislash just being awesome. So, the Gengar, I mean, if they double into me, because Gengar has Levitate, so Garchomp could very well go to Earthquake here. I don't know if he's Lum Barrier or not. So a little afraid of him doubling into Aegislash, thinking that my Sableye is not going to be able to do a whole lot of damage, so he doesn't really have to worry about it just yet. So I'm afraid of that a little bit, but otherwise, I want to get the burn up on Gengar. I mean on Garchomp, and I'm trying to activate Weakness Policy, but I don't want to take unnecessary damage, so I got to play around it a little bit. He'll go protect his Gengar, probably from a Shadow Ball from me because he didn't want to double into me. I burned the Garchomp. He doesn't have the Lum Berry. He goes for a sub, which is really cool. And I went to Shadow Ball the Gengar thinking, all right, let's hope he doesn't double into my Aegislash. Really glad he didn't there because an Earthquake Shadow Ball probably would have KO'd me, especially finding out later that this Garchomp is Life Orb. But getting up that burn right now is really clutch, especially because now that he put himself behind a substitute, if he wasn't burned, I'd be in for a world of hurt. So we'll go into the next move. He's down to 63% on that Garchomp, so that's pretty cool. Switch out Aegislash because I was in Blade form into Lapras just to take a Shadow Ball. As I swagger the Gengar, it hits itself, which is awesome for me. And he Earthquakes. Like I said, Gengar levitating. It's going to be fine. The Earthquake's going to do pretty good damage to my side of the field, but he's going to hurt himself to, just above half. So I got Lapras out here. I know I got the Ice Shard. How much is Gengar really threatening me? Not all that much. Sableye is going to have foul play, so I could probably go and hit this Gengar for a lot of damage. But do I want to leave this Garchomp? That's the big question to myself. What am I going to do? Burn puts it underneath half. It's at 40%. Like, woo! Gengar goes for another Protect here. As I Ice Shard the Garchomp just to break the sub so I can Ice Shard KO at the next turn. He goes for another Earthquake, gets a crit on Sableye, does a little bit of damage to Lapras. I'm still at over half for both because of the Citrus Berry that activates on my Sableye as the Foul Play falls into that Protect. So, good Protect on his part, especially to get through the confusion. Didn't really want to switch in like a Kangaskhan to take that Foul Play because it would still do quite a bit of damage, and then he'd be in a bad position to get burned the next turn. So he's doing a good time. He's doing a good job trying to just stall out some turns while he's trying to whittle down my Sableye and stuff. Garchomp really low and in risk of another Ice Shard. for the KO. So he actually switches out Gengar right now into Rotom Wash as I Ice Shard the Garchomp. I didn't want to deal with it. I know at this point he was so weak. He was burned. He had one more attack in him. Was it worth it for him to switch it out? I didn't think so. That's why I Ice Sharded it, and that's why he ended up staying in. So that works out well for me right there. And since he switched in, I'm not really in threat of taking any damage. The Foul Play only does 20% to the Rotom Wash as he sends back in his Gengar. So right now, I go for another Swagger. But the important thing is we haven't seen his fourth, which will be his Mega. So it's either Kangaskhan or it's Mawile in the back. And just got to pay attention to that because I do have Aegislash. So saving the Aegislash is probably going to be handy unless he chose not to bring a Mega whatsoever and he brought, something like a Salamence instead. I Swagger the Gengar because I can't really hit it otherwise, and I want the Swagger up there so my Foul Play will KO it. He hits himself again, which is awesome. As he Thunderbolts into my Lapras, does a lot of damage, but I'll Freeze Dry the Rotom Wash for 67%. Citrus will activate for it, but it's already really hurt. His Gengar hits himself for the 3 out of 4 times, so that's good. He Hydro Pumps my Sableye because the Sableye is really threatening his back, whatever it is, between, Kangaskhan or Mawile, if it's one of his 2 Megas. So that's good. If it's a Salamence, he's probably should not be as afraid of getting rid of Sableye, minus the fact that I would KO his Gengar. So the only reason if he brought Salamence in the back to Hydro Pump me there is to save his Gengar from being, foul played and just to try to stop the Swagger stuff going on. So he Hydro Pumps me, probably expecting me to switch out Lapras to try to protect it, but I thought, he can't KO both, so I'm just gonna go with attack anyway. Lapras will get off the Freeze Dry and KO the Rotom Wash, which is really awesome. So far, I'm up in Pokemon, but Lapras is super hurt, and Aegislash still have full health, so that's good. The only problem is, I don't think, did I? No, I didn't bring my Mega. Instead of a Mega Pokemon, I decided to bring Rotom-Fan. Yes, Rotom-Fan gets intimidated from the Salamence, so he doesn't have Salamence. He didn't bring a Mega at all. He thought he could take me out without a Mega. And in this, scenario, since I had double ghosts and stuff, it was actually probably a pretty decent play. There's the air balloon on my Rotom-Fan. Kind of a joke. If you don't know why, well, just do a little research and you'll figure it out why. Salamence is in here. The Intimidate's going to hurt my Ice Shard a bit, but I don't really know what item it's running, so we got to be careful. Gengar snaps out of Confusion, goes for a Protect. He's really protecting a lot with that Gengar. Ice Shard still does 34% to that Salamence, which is good. He goes to Fire Blast my Lapras. That means it's so far I can't really tell how fast it is because it's outsped everything it should outspeed, even if it wasn't Scarfed. But if he's deciding to lock into Fire Blast, if he has to lock in, going into Fire Blast is smart because he's seen my Aegislash. So he doesn't want to lock into anything else because these are his last 2. He can't switch out. Knowing that these are his last 2, I tried to pick off the Gengar with that Thunderbolt there. He protected, so in a 2-on-1, you have a huge advantage. So picking off one of your opponent's last 2 puts you in a really good position. Now I have this Aegislash, and I don't want to get doubled into because it will KO me. But he goes for a Fire Blast on this Rotom-Fan, pops my balloon, gets a crit, doubles into the Rotom-Fan actually, thinking that the Rotom-Fan was going to be a threat. Not really sure how much of a threat that Rotom-Fan was going to be. I Shadow Ball the Gengar to get rid of it. And now here's the Salamence and my Aegislash. I'm sure he's thinking, hey, he can tank a Shadow Ball. But I go back into, obviously, shield mode, so I don't take a flip ton of damage from this Fire Blast. I take this pretty well in Blade and shield form, get the weakness policy, and with the Shadow Ball, did not need that crit whatsoever. I'm able to KO that Salamence. So, guys, this is how you use Rotom-Fan and friends to, beat even pretty good people. So never let anyone tell you something's bad. It very well may be bad, but don't let them tell you that until you've 100% confirmed that it's bad. Because, Rotom-Fan didn't do anything there, but I feel like it had potential. So, hope you guys liked it. This was kind of more of like a cheese battle. I thought it was interesting just because of the team I was using. And if you guys ever do want to check out my stream, don't forget to follow it on twitch.tv/AlexOgloza, because you don't get any alerts otherwise about when I go live. It's only if you're following. It'll send you like a text or an email. And I use weird stuff like this all the time. I'm sure if you've seen my stream hype video that came out a couple days ago, you'll see that too. Anyways, thanks for watching, and hope you guys liking the content. Let me know. Leave me a comment because I need to know. And leave me a like if you liked it. If you like these kinds of battles against people with bad Pokemon, bad quote unquote, because don't let anyone tell you something's bad. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.